At this time, please rise as the Woodbridge High School JROTC cadets will present the colors and the Woodbridge High School pep band will perform our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Woodbridge High School, and it's a special game we're having today. It's a game between Woodbridge Barons and the Carteret Ramblers, but it's special in that we'll be having some past Woodbridge High School players at halftime. Meantime, there's an excellent game here between two teams. We got Woodbridge High, who's in 8th place currently, and Carteret, who's in 6th place currently in the top 10 standing, so it should be an excellent game. And starting the game off, Woodbridge got the tip off. And they're passing back and forth between Robinson and Henry. And ball stolen by Carteret, and long pass forward. And with me is Kyle Anderson. Kyle, the quick start of the game, and I just introduced everybody to the game, but I didn't tell them what our special treat is at halftime.
Well, that's why I'm a little late with our arrival. I'm glad that you had the awareness to get into the gym, because we are here for a very special day. We have a basketball team that contributed greatly to Woodbridge High School's success in the map of in New Jersey in high school boys basketball. 40 years ago, 1975, the boys basketball team won the state championship and the Group 4 championship with a record of 29-2. And we have many of the members, coaches, family members all here to celebrate and be recognized for their achievement.
And Kyle didn't miss much. Obviously, that no one's scored yet. The ball's been back and forth, but so far no baskets. And you're right. What a great group of people back there. That was
wow. It was quite a turnout. People are coming from all over the country. We've people that are from out of state, and just very interesting, the stories that you hear. And there was a great article in the Home News Tribune a few days ago about this being the milestone year for them. And I think throughout the rest of this game, we're going to hear some great interviews. There's a nice three-point shot by Zaire Robinson. And hear some great stories about what that team was about, what they meant to the town.
It's going to be very interesting. So, but besides a great game to watch for you, we're going to have some interesting commentaries from some great people.
I think so. That was a charge on Zainier Schuler. Woodbridge is ahead 3-2 with 6 minutes remaining in the first. Two athletic teams. I know you mentioned seeing the record of Carteret. I believe both teams are really fighting for a position in the division play.
Yeah, they're both in the top 10 standings. Carteret just a notch above Woodbridge, but so game started 0-0. Fudge working the arc right now. Kai, you were right. What a you walk into the room and you could just got an overwhelming feeling.
Oh, it was electric. You know, some of these guys now, you know, when you say that the JV basketball team had the likes of Richie Sambora on the JV team, you know, and then when you hear of the accomplishments, because this was not only an athletically gifted team, but they were academically superior and went on to some great colleges and had some great careers and still have some great careers and really made some great successful lives. And I'm glad that they're here. I'm hoping that some of the young people here will be able to get that message.
That's an excellent point. If you see, but athletics and academics working hand in hand.
Yeah. Yeah, we've Woodbridge has seen a lot of great athletes come out of Woodbridge Township, but when you hear about the Ivy League schools and the majors that these gentlemen selected and the careers that they chose in their life, it just shows that, you know, because you spend a lot of time on the basketball court or the football field, you can also be very successful in the classroom.
Go right from the court to the field, back to right to the books.
That's right. Now Woodbridge is behind 6-3. Nice pass to number 5, Charles Cole.
And Charles pretty much a defensive player, right back to Ramblers.
Fudge tried to feed Cole again. He wasn't quite ready for the pass. Looks like Carteret's really working that zone defense. The best thing to do is to pass your way through there.
And Kyle, as you said, hopefully we'll be getting a couple nice interviews here during the game.
Yeah, excited about that.
To relive their glory days.
Three-point shot by Amir Alford for Carteret. Timeout by Coach DiGiello of Woodbridge.
30 seconds.
4:17 left. Woodbridge is down 11-5.
And our coach for Carteret Ramblers is Herman White. Didn't get our referees' names. And a lot of times referees prefer not to be named.
Yeah. I know that. That's they don't want that to get leaked out there. Pretty soon the student section have a little fun with that. You know?
Exactly. I always ask them in the soccer, I'll ask the referees if it's okay. And I tell them I'll be kind to them because I'm a referee. But most of the time they'll say, don't mention my name. I'd rather you didn't. And Woodbridge will inbound. Nice turnout for this game.
Yeah, Saturday afternoon is usually a challenge to get people out. And that zone defense is pretty tight that Carteret is working. As the game goes on, you wonder if they have the conditioning to stay that tight of a defense. But you got to pass your way through it. Robinson takes an ill-advised shot, but gets the ball out to Schuler. Draws the foul.
Man, height-wise, it looks fairly close between Woodbridge and Carteret.
I watched Woodbridge earlier this year play against a pretty tall team in Sayreville. Sayreville had some 6'7" brothers, and Woodbridge matched up against them pretty well because, you know, they probably don't have any players over 6'3" or 6'4", so they've got to be quick. They've got to hustle. They got to use their physique. You see Schuler out there with the big shoulders. You know, you got to bump those guys a little bit, let them know you're there.
Yeah, remind them that you're in the game. We have a view of half the fans and the camera can't catch the other half, but this gym is fairly packed.
It's packed, and they're pretty rowdy for a Saturday afternoon.
Darren's defense.
Okay, it was a moving pick. Okay, that's 2 on Kennedy. Ahmad Kennedy now has 2 fouls. They're taking him out wisely. Comes in is number 22, Vincent Montgomery.
We got about 3 minutes left in the period. Darren's down by 5.
That's a rare long shot for Henry. It's a good take by number 3, Amir Alford.
Yeah, Alfred's been doing some major scoring here for the Ramblers.
Woodbridge is not communicating right now.
Yeah, that's the second missed pass.
I was coaching a 3rd and 4th grade game earlier this morning, and I'm watching these boys, and I say they got to talk more, but the 3rd and 4th grade levels, all they do is talk. It was Fuller. Shot did not go. Rebound, Schuler.
But you're right, communication is key out there on the court.
It's been pretty quiet. Robinson goes up, he gets rejected by number 22, Montgomery. Brandon Gilder on the 3-point attempt does not go. Tyler Smith on the rebound. Oh, there's Zainier Schuler with the 3.
It's a 2-basket game. Well, Darren's at the shuffle, pick up the ball.
Dante Hatcher picked up the loose ball. Quasim Fuller on the 3-pointer, and it goes. Fuller is a very successful receiver. This year we saw him tie the school record, 52 receptions. Another loose ball out there.
Yeah, nice pickup by Hatcher.
Oh, pass to Fuller. A couple of players down. Dante Hatcher goes up, no good. Robinson draws the foul.
That's a 1-point difference. This Robinson going to the foul line.
It's Montgomery's first foul.
It's 14 fouls now for Carteret.
close the gap, 13 to 12. See if Robinson can tie it up with this next free throw. Lane entry, lane violation on Carteret. Gets another shot. Shot does not go. Free throws shooting for Woodbridge this year has been some of the problem.
It's not their best. It's the end of the first period with a 1-point game.
1-point game, and you know it's good that they're actually facing Carteret because Carteret being so nearby, I can see these fans that maybe have some memory of the '75 team that we're honoring.
That's true, yeah.
Oh, look, a redhead.
Staring contest.
You still got it.
I know. Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
We're back again, the second quarter. Ramblers will inbound.
Gilder with the ball up top. Being guarded, double dribble. Again, it's same thing you're seeing on the Carteret side. The lack of communication causes some confusion out there. Hopefully Woodbridge can take advantage. We have a new entry player for Woodbridge, Alan Themidis. Shot did not go. Woodbridge, Carteret comes back on a fast break. Jaquan Robertson completes the break. 15 to 12, Carteret.
Again, Carteret's putting the pressure on.
Yeah. Henry shot does not fall. Robertson with the ball. Gets it over to Gilder. Brandon Gilder hits the three-pointer. Coach Giello wants to talk it over. Timeout, Woodbridge.
That's Gilder's 18th three-pointer for this season.
Yeah, he's I've known Brandon Gilder through his youth years. Quite a football player, just an all-around athlete. Is finishing up a fine career here at Carteret.
Seven minutes, plenty of time in this first half.
Woodbridge's got to figure out that zone. They're going to have to get the ball. I see they've just brought Harry Rutowski in. He's working the foul line, and as you know, to break down that zone, you got to get the pass to the inside. There it is. And there you go. That's what you got to do.
It looks like they were listening to your coaching from over here.
You get that pass, the entry pass into the zone, and it collapses. And that was Quasim Fuller on the layup. from the feed from Harry Ratowski. And Zaire Robinson makes a nice rebound, but he lands out of bounds, so Carteret will take over underneath.
Short pass in and up.
And that's Vincent Montgomery for 2. (20-14) Carteret. 6 minutes remaining. Keyshawn Henry gets the ball into Ratowski.
Travel.
Zaire Robinson thought about it and thought too long.
Carteret will inbound. 6 minutes.
Pardon me, I called Qasim Glover. I referred to him as Fuller, but it's Qasim Glover.
3-point shot miss.
Robinson on the rebound. Feeds it over to Keyshawn Henry. Keyshawn Henry down to Glover. Glover goes in with the left-handed layup, but Henry picks it up. Harry Ratowski makes a nice cut on the feed from Robinson. Montgomery goes up, rebound, loose ball. Gilder thought about it, but Robinson closed the gap there. What do you think of Ratowski out there guarding that far out, as big as he is?
Yeah, that just doesn't seem right.
It doesn't.
Not that far out of the paint.
It doesn't, but he's so athletic.
He can cut in.
He's able to do that, yeah.
23-16.
It's a 3-point shot. Didn't catch the number of the player from Carteret who hit it. But there's another pass underneath. Woodbridge is trying to make a few entry passes. If the baseline pass is there, they're trying to get it in there. But in order to get it over the defense, it's got to be a high pass. That one they threw out of bounds.
Kyle, they're following your blueprint of trying to bring it in.
Well, it's only fresh in my mind because I was just coaching it a couple hours ago. Glover on the rebound, loses the ball. Robinson picks it up. 4 minutes remaining. Woodbridge down 7, 23-16. Robinson draws the foul. It's a 15 foul.
And folks, we want to hang around for the halftime. Should be a treat.
It's not often, 40 years, that you're able to get everybody together with all the schedules that people keep these days. And
25-16. And as you said, though, walking into that room, you could just feel the electric. Nice. Parents come right back, answer goal.
Woodbridge is in a little bit of a half-court press right now. But yeah, you know, to see the smiles on their faces, the players, you know, seeing one another, it was nice. We spoke to one of the players, Ola. He remembered your name as a coach back during their playing days.
But wait, now we're starting to date me.
Yeah, but you know what? I think it's. I get some kids nowadays. You know, I never thought that I would have guys that I coached that tell me that they're fathers now, and it's amazing.
It is. But it's a great feeling.
It is.
It's a great feeling. It's nothing like walking through ShopRite and having somebody walk up to you that you don't remember and saying, "Hi, Coach."
Yeah, yeah. That's the ultimate respect.
It is.
It really is. And I know if Coach Joe Flaherty were here, he'd be beaming. You know, with Coach Flaherty passing many years ago, he's got all of his team together. And I was looking through John Haley's article that he posts on the authoritysports.com, and of all of the most successful seasons, I think Joe Flaherty owned about 75 to 80% of the most successful teams. He was Whenever somebody tells you that a coach doesn't make a difference, I would love to just pull that statistic out.
Absolutely, yeah.
Gilder feeds it across court to number 5, Raheem Bennett. Shot was blocked by Qasim Glover, and we have a travel. Ball gets turned over to Woodbridge.
And assistant coach Tom Schmiel was in there, acting as the coach now.
Yeah.
He's
stepped into that role nicely.
And Tom coached for many, many years after that.
Yeah, he went on, had a successful career with the Colonial girls basketball program. Stayed on as the head coach after Coach Flaherty moved on to be the AD over there at Colonial.
And draws a foul.
It's a little bit of a back and forth game, and you know, Woodbridge isn't letting it get too far ahead. They got to keep it within 10 points. Gilder's shot does not fall. Shot number 2 rims out. Rebound Robinson. Dante Hatcher gives it over to Schuler.
I don't know if it's my eyesight, but there's more and more people coming in. It's
the cafeteria was full. I know I put something on my Facebook page about this, and there were a lot of people that had comments and a lot of people that obviously liked it, you know, for all of you Facebookers out there.
A lot of give and go with the ball here. And
there you go. Tyler Smith is all alone in the corner, but he chooses to drive the baseline. Shots blocked. Minute 59 to go. Scores 25-18 in favor of Carteret.
Yeah, I have to mention Joe Ward, the AD here, putting this whole thing together.
You're right. You're right. Oh, picked off pass, Raheem Bennett. I think the work of the athletic director definitely goes unnoticed.
It does.
They only get noticed if something goes wrong.
Exactly. And we've got 3 great athletic directors here in Woodbridge.
You're right. You're right.
I just put out a cry for help for my special hockey team, and the 3 athletic directors came through. I've got about 10 right-handed hockey sticks that I never had before.
Wow. That's great. A Hatcher shot doesn't go. Gilder has the ball in the corner. Ball goes over to Robinson. Smith gets called on the block. And it looks like Raheem Bennett will go to the line.
That gives the 4th team foul for Woodbridge. 5 for Carteret.
Now, you and I are filling in for our regulars, the mayor, John McCormick, and Craig Coughlin. I know you've announced many games in the past, but with Craig having another affair to attend to, and the mayor is on vacation this week, I was more than happy to be here for this event. And
when I heard you were the co-announcer, that's it made my day.
Yeah, this was it was fun because I know that, you know, both of us were here during that time when the 1975 team was around, and having kids that attend this high school, I've been, long shot from Schuler, doesn't go. Raheem Bennett on the fast break and gets the shot in. Woodbridge goes down by 12, 30-18, 50 seconds remaining. Glover
kept it in.
Keeps the ball in, gets it over to Keyshawn Henry, swings the ball around, and gets his pocket picked by Brandon Gilder. Shot doesn't go. Woodbridge needs to play for the final shot if they can.
Yes, they need to slow it down right here.
Yeah. There goes the shot. You know, I know we've got some events going on here at halftime, but there's a little part of me that wishes that 75 team could go into the locker room and give these guys a little pep talk.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, how great would that be? Talk about an inspiration.
Yeah.
And there it is at halftime. 32 for Carteret Ramblers, 18 for the Woodbridge Barons.
Well, John, we'll stick around here for the festivities for the 75 team. We'll try to get as much information. Now, for the folks of you that are out there, this team was 29-2, and this was back when public schools still ruled basketball, as opposed to nowadays with all of the recruiting and the private schools out there. And along the way, Woodbridge knocked off, in fine fashion, Trenton High School, who's always been a powerhouse, Camden High School, who has always been a public school powerhouse, and Patterson Eastside. And this is from little old Woodbridge in 1975.
That's some history to get where they were at.
Coach Flaherty had talked about how he didn't expect that. He thought that they would be good, but he didn't expect this kind of success that they had. But what they really, I think, succeeded in, which I think came from the chemistry here, was the work ethic, which transcended into their livelihood.
Oh yeah, yes, exactly. Oh, and again, that brings back what you had said earlier about athletics and academics, how they work hand in hand, and it builds a great, strong foundation.
Yes, absolutely. Well, we have the cheerleaders here, along with our Baron mascot, lining up for the welcoming and introduction of our...
Here's Coach Schmiel.
Yeah, Coach Schmiel's.
Joe Ward coming over.
Okay.
We're going to take a few minutes break here, folks.
Okay, we're going to go out and participate in the presentation of the proclamations. It will be on camera, and we will definitely have some special guests over to talk about that 75 season and the team.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
The players were talented, intelligent, athletic kids with a great work ethic. The 1975 season unfolded in an almost magical way. The team had a good season the previous year at 20-6, and they were expected to do well. The team exceeded all expectations. The team concluded the 74-75 season with a record of 29-2. Woodbridge won the Middlesex County Athletic Conference with a perfect record of 16-0. They also were undefeated at home for 2 years. They won the Central Jersey Group 4 sectional championship for the first and only time in school history by winning 4 state tournament meets, including a 65-52 victory over Trenton in the finals. In the Group 4 state semifinals, the Barons beat Camden 65-57. In the championship games, Woodbridge defeated Patterson Eastside 73-58. According to head coach Joe Flaherty, the team had size and strength, good shooting, defense, capable substitutes, and leadership. 2 other factors stood out: intelligence and team play. All 5 starters had college board scores of 1,000 or more. All went on to play collegiate basketball at Princeton, Wagner, Colgate, Kings, and Albright. The team exhibited sportsmanship and wholesome attitudes. They were as polite and respectful of the court as they were on the court. At the conclusion of the season, the team received congratulatory letters and telegrams from all parts of the state, from parents of opposing teams, from politicians, coaches, and just plain basketball fans. Many organizations showered the team with dinners and honors of all types. Players and coaches received watches commemorating the championship. A Another quote from Coach Flaherty stated, "What these young men have accomplished will long be remembered at Woodbridge High School and Woodbridge Township." This preview of the high points of the season can't express the excitement of the packed gyms, the cheerleaders giving amazing support for the team, and the fans who followed into the games. All this represented the best parts of high school sports. How true Coach Flaherty's profound statement was, as we are here 40 years later to honor the 1975 team, a team for the ages. Before we introduce the team, we'd like you all to please stand for a moment of silence in the honor of the memory of the late head coach, Joseph Flaherty, winner of 5 conference titles, a 266 and 134 record, and the 1975 Coach of the Year. Assistant coach Harry Zims, who coached basketball and football at Woodbridge High School and went on to become vice principal at Woodbridge High School, elementary school principal, and assistant superintendent. Athletic Director Sam Lupo, and Vincent Brenda, who was a member of the 1975 team. At this time, please, a moment of silence. Thank you. We would first like to recognize some of the cheerleaders of this team. Cindy Pease, Arlene Hughes, and Adrian Kennedy. Greeting the players at half court are Board of Education members Daniel Harris, John Golden, Enzio Tamparello, and Marie Anderson. We also have your former principal, Mr. Warren, our current town council members Nancy Drum and Kyle Anderson, John Everhart, our superintendent, Dr. Jacob, and our current team, our principal, Mr. Glenn Lockman, our vice principal, Mr. Hassan, and our principal, Mr. Joseph Ward. We would like to introduce the coaches and team members now. Representing Joe Flaherty is his daughter, Kelly Fritz Henry, and his son, Brian Flaherty. Next we have Harry Zimmer's wife, Dorothy, and their son, Kenneth, and grandson, Scott and Andrew. Next, we have the daughters and grandchildren of former athletic director Sam Lupo, children Jennifer and Tony Lupo. Assistant coach Tom Schmiel. Coach Schmiel spent 10 years as JV coach and 8 years as varsity coach at Woodbridge High School. Tom had a successful 16 years as Columbia girls coach, where he turned around the losing program while winning several Coach of the Year awards.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks, John.
Our first team members are our team managers who perform a variety of tasks to make everything easier for the coaches and players. welcome Steve Kopko, Leo Casper, and Dave Solomon.
Steve Kopko. Here we go. Mr. Kopko, congratulations.
Now for our players, number 30, Paul.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Paul is currently the Vice President of the Growth and Marketing Division of Wakefield.
Congratulations. And second, we have a certificate for you, sir.
Number 23, Don Provost, a junior. He's running in football, basketball, and baseball here at Woodbridge. He attended Woodbridge College for 2 years. He was the service and parks director for Woodbridge Dodge for 29 years, and presently working for Freehold Dodge and Subaru as parts manager.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Number 13, Ed Barcelona. As a senior, he attended Woodbridge College for 2 years, playing basketball over those years. He started working for the Woodbridge Channels Public Works Department in 1977 and still works there today, 38 years later.
Thank you very much. Congratulations, boss. Congratulations.
Number 22, Robert Moorcraft. Robert was a senior, 19, he was starting defensive back safety on the varsity football team. He attended Kern State College and graduated in 1980 with a bachelor's degree in physical education. He attended the University of Iowa and received a master's degree in 1982 in exercise science and a PhD in 1989 in specialty fields of exercise science, neuroscience, and anatomy. He completed a 2-year postdoctoral research fellowship at Harvard Medical School in neurology and neuroscience. He attended training from the University of South Dakota School of Medicine in 1991 and is currently a full professor. Primary teacher and medical organization, specializing in head and neck anatomy. Number 14, Kevin Baylock. Kevin is a junior. He ran and started 2 years of football and baseball, and 2 years in basketball, and started in his senior year. He attended Wagner College, played 2 seasons of baseball before tearing his ACL. Graduated in 1980. Business finance major, Kevin worked on Wall Street from 1983 to the present for several different firms and offices in New York, New Jersey, and Los Angeles. He's currently the Senior Vice President of Environmental Products for Merrick's Spectron Inc. in New York. Married to Linda Langford, a Wagner graduate. Number 5, Rich Kennedy. Technology business, which we started 12 years ago, and he's the host of a radio show, Technology Today, on WEBR FM the past 6 years. He also became a competitive bicyclist 11 years ago and won 3 New Jersey state championships in cycling. Number 10, Steve Orley. Steve was a senior. After graduation, he went on to work for NCR Corporation selling enterprise computers.
Congratulations. Thank
He was promoted to his first sales manager job in 1986 and relocated to the Newport Beach, California area where he still lives today. Steve still works in computer system sales and has worked for companies such as Fujitsu, NetApp, and presently works for EMC. Ed Ensel, number 25. Currently
We going around saying hi to everybody or what?
Facilities Director Editor Branch YMCA from 2006 2008, and he's currently retired and living in Lava Lake, New Jersey. Number 24, Randy Allen. And the senior in the first team all-county tournament, first team all-state tournament, all-county, and he was at Colgate in basketball 1976 and 1977. Randy holds an undergraduate degree from Colgate University.
Thanks a lot.
And a master's in business administration and concentration in marketing from Fairleigh Dickinson University. The vice president of global sales and marketing for Access Power Inc. Number 20, Mark Zadana. After the senior, the rank all-county, second team all-state. He was the MVP of the Group 4 finals, and he was first team Group 4. He attended Wagner College from 1975 to 1979. He played 4 years, the last 3 for legendary coach P.J. Carlissimo. In 1979, 21-5 team reached the NIT tournament, lost in the first round to Old Dominion, 83-81. He has worked in IT for Merck 29 years, currently with New York Life. Mark was inducted into the Wagner College Hall of Fame in 1997. He was inducted to the Woodbridge Township Athletic Hall of Fame in 1998. And finally, number 11, Tim Ola. He was the first team business tournament, first team all-county, Group 4 all-stars, all-county quarter team, MVP Group 4 Central Jersey Finals. Tim was inducted into the Woodbridge Township Athletic Hall of Fame in 1997. In the 1976-1977 Princeton team won the Ivy League championship. He attended and graduated from Princeton University in 1979 with a PhD degree in chemistry and 3 varsity letters in basketball from coach Peter Carell. Tim did postgraduate work at Washington University in St. Louis and graduated in 1989 with a PhD in biological chemistry from the University of Pennsylvania. Dr. Ola has over 85 publications and has presented at numerous international universities and conferences over the past 25 years. The school would like to make an official presentation to the team to be displayed in the hallways of Woodbridge High School.
I am Eric LeGrand, and you are now watching the Woodbridge Channels.
Okay, well, I'm here with John Eberhardt and a special guest, daughter of former athletic director at Woodbridge Township High School, and she was the daughter of Mr. Lupo during that 75 season, and it was a great halftime festivity. Tony, tell me what you think about it.
You know what, it was a little emotional. I mean, I remember I was probably only 6 or 7 at the time, but I remember how it was just such an energy here that whole season, and it was even seeing all the players come back as mature men. It was quite amazing to see how much they've accomplished both on and off the court. They kind of continued that throughout their life, and it's really amazing.
Yeah, and as a teacher yourself,
yes.
That's probably the message that we want for all of our children and even the student athletes especially, to know that there is a balance that's needed. What do you think about it?
You know what, as I was standing out there and they were introducing all the players and hearing how far they've come in their adult life, the first thing I thought was, gosh, I really hope Woodbridge really can see that again.
Yes.
And there's definitely a second generation coming through of athletes and students.
And Mr. Eberhardt and I, John Eberhardt and I, were just talking a few minutes ago about the difference of a coach and what a coach means. John, you remember we were talking about the success with Joe Flaherty and how he has probably about 80% of the most successful teams that ever played here. And sometimes you hear the people or reporters say that, it's not much coaching. Phil Jackson doesn't have to do much because he's got Kobe Bryant or something. What do you have to say about that with the coaching?
I agree with you. And first of all, he keeps calling me Mr. Eberhardt because of my age. But no, you're right. We were talking about both the coaching, the athletic directors, the quiet person in the background who makes everything happen. But the coaches, they're the heart and soul of the team.
Yeah.
They develop the players, and the players look up to those coaches.
Absolutely.
I agree with that. Yes, 100%. They're the ones that take it home.
Yeah. And Tony, what would you say about, what a team like that means for the community and what it means for them all to come together, especially like on a day like today?
I was just talking to a few of the players before the game, and they had, one had flown in from Texas, someone was from South Dakota. So it really was an amazing time, and there was so much camaraderie back then, both with the players and the families. I mean, it was a time when I remember my dad was the athletic director, and I remember players showing up at my home, and it was okay, and they kind of were welcome, and my mother made dinner for whoever was there, and it was really definitely a community setting. Families, players, staff, everybody was involved, and it really built that season and that team.
Oh, wow. Just to see the players, their faces, we're just so excited to have them. I'm really excited to see you.
It was amazing
after all these
to see
years,
you after all these years.
And how well you're doing, and just to know that you were a part of this and that you came back to be a part of it. So
I wouldn't have missed it.
Yeah, we want to thank you and your family. I know your brother was here when we dedicated the football stadium this fall. The Lupos have always had a special place here in Woodbridge Township. All right?
And you know what? There's no place like home.
Oh, it really is.
It's always a pleasure to come home.
All right. Well, Tony, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you for having me. It was great to see you.
Take care.
Take care.
That was great to have Tony here. A few words from her about her father. And as she said, what an exciting time it must have been back then. And how exciting Woodbridge was. It's a great. It looks like we have another guest here.
We do. All right. And well, hello there, sir.
Hello.
Mr. Ola, you are the captain, as you're known, and tell us a little bit about yourself and where you grew up here in Woodbridge and what Woodbridge means to you.
It means a lot. I grew up in Fords. I'm one of 8 children.
Oh, wow.
And in fact, Randy, Kaz, Etz, and I grew up about a square mile from one another. So we played a lot of ball at Woodland Park.
Okay.
And it's been an amazing journey since then.
Yeah. Now, I read a great article, and Coach Flaherty had said that he thought you guys would be good, but he didn't know that you would be that good. Now, from many of you guys, there was only one guy from Woodbridge that was among the starting 5. The rest of you guys were from Fords, from what I understand.
Yes.
Did you play in a youth league together?
No, actually, we played at Fords Junior High School.
Okay.
Together. But most of the time, it was growing up playing at Fords in 8th grade and 9th grade, and then moving to the high school as a sophomore.
Wow. Now, did you see the season starting to bud? Did you guys get together over the summer and play in the summer league?
We didn't play summer league, and that was interesting. We played mostly pickup, mostly at different courts. Back then it was different. Back then you used to go to different parks and play. You used to go to some parks in Edison to play against some of the guys from the Edison team, John Chevelle and Royce Wolf and others. We'd go to Perth Amboy to play at Waters Park.
Just real quick, Armour Alford looks like he was injured. It just took him off the court.
Oh, okay. All right.
And they've been good enough for us, Kyle, just to let us know that they've kept the scoring down to absolute minimum. While we're doing these interviews, which is great.
Woodbridge, just to make sure, we don't want to forget about the game. We have Qasim Glover on the foul line now. Your first name, sir?
Tim.
Tim Ola. Okay.
Yes.
And I'm a big fan of The Godfather, so I always think of Johnny Ola, being mentioned in that movie. But Qasim Glover is a multi-sport athlete. He's only a sophomore. He tied the school record for receptions on the football field with 52. and he's turning out to be a good athlete. What do you think about when you come back to the old high school, the changes that have been made, or have things, do they still look very much the same?
They look, some things have changed. The court looks great. The students look a lot younger. That's one thing I remember. But they look like there's some athletes out there, which is good to see.
Yeah. I know a lot of these kids. I've coached in the youth league, so many of them are multi-sport athletes. Harry Ratowski's a great lefty pitcher for the baseball team, and the other boys are a part of the football team, and they've had some success. They went to the state semifinals this year in football, and the last 2 years they've had winning seasons. 2 years ago, this team went 22-5, and it was the first winning season since 1989. Wow. And John Eberhardt and I were talking about the impact of a coach. What would you say about Coach Flaherty and what he meant to your team in the nucleus?
Coach Flaherty, one thing that we focused on tremendously was just taking one game at a time. And before every game, Coach would put in the number of wins we were going after. And if it was the first game of the season, it was 1, it was 2, it was 3. And so he did a fantastic job of keeping us focused in the present. Sure. And I think that's helped a lot, because you never look too far beyond any opponent. And I thought that was fantastic. I think he was a tremendous motivator, and I think there was a tremendous respect that grew between him and the rest of the team. And I think we built on that respect.
Wow. That's key. You just mentioned it again. Yeah, motivator, exactly what a coach needs to be.
Yeah.
It's a great shot.
Timeout here. It's a great time for a timeout, because we can further talk to Tim Ola about this season, about the community itself. That year, as the season started, you started to see that it was going to be a special season. What would you say the buzz was like in the community?
It was absolutely incredible. You had to come before the JV game to get a seat. So all the gyms were packed, and in fact, a lot of times there were fans sitting right up on the court. We would laugh that when we left the game, there would be a line of cars behind the bus following us to wherever we went. And so there was a tremendous sense of community, and I think we fed on that. Again, I think all of us being local, all of us growing up, all of our parents working in this area, I think really gave that sense of community, and I think we really built upon that.
That's great. My son played ball here a few years ago, so I know what it's like to be a parent. I was a Kennedy Mustang, and we moved across town, and having that rivalry in the house, but they had some success on the football field and also on the basketball court, and being a parent and trying to keep a young man grounded about his education. We've read a lot about your success, not only yourself, but some of your teammates in life. And I saw you guys all go over and give a handshake to all the present players. If you were a coach these days, what would you say the emphasis would need to be on some of these young men to be successful and have that kind of balance?
Well, I think growing up in a large family, it was easy not to get too high. I think it's important when we were playing. I think our focus was, one, you played for your family first, and I think then it was the high school, then it was your coaches, then it was your teammates, and then it was you yourself. And so there was that sense of a responsibility that you had to do the best that you could do every day. I think what I would tell these players today, and hopefully we'll meet them after the game, is to really just focus on now and to focus on being the best person you can be right now, the best student you can be, the best athlete you can be, and then take it from there.
Yeah, this is a talented group. They're not very tall. They are physical, and they're very athletic. But I think that a lot of it has to come from the chemistry within the team and the relationship that they have with their coach. So it's exciting to see. They're 9-5 right now. Carteret is also a talented team as well, and I know that I've seen the team a few times, and I've said, boy, I hope that the 75 team could go into the locker room and maybe give them some words of inspiration. They've cut the lead down from 36 to 29. It was a 12-point lead at halftime, and they're a team that kind of hangs around games, and then they seem to be able to pull them out at the end.
And slowly but surely, Woodbridge is creeping back into the game. It's only a 3-basket game at this point, surely with a couple of the free throws.
Now, during that season, I saw you lost 2 games. What were the dynamics between the loss against Essex Catholic and the loss against Perth Amboy? Was there anything that caused that, or was there anything missing from those teams?
Well, they were the only 2 games that the starting 5 didn't play. When we played Essex Catholic, they were very tall, and so Coach Flaherty inserted Steve Lucas, who was about 6'6" at the time, instead of Richie Cashmere. And then the Perth Amboy game, Eddie Etzel got hurt the practice before, and so once again, we didn't have the starting 5. So as a 5, we won 29 games. And so I think that really changed the dynamics somewhat. I mean, we lost by Essex Catholic, who was an excellent team, by 4 points, and then we lost to Perth Amboy by 2 in overtime.
And then to see teams like Trenton and Camden and Patterson East Side, which are legendary in public school basketball, basketball in general. What was it like? Was it intimidating going in there, being from a fairly small town at the time, to go in and play against a town like Trenton or Camden?
Well, one of the great strategic moves that Coach Flaherty did that year was we went down and scrimmaged Trenton down at Trenton before the season. And it was a tremendous opportunity for us to travel to Trenton to see, to see that type of high school. And that was just an empty gym we just played ball. And I think at that point in time, there was a amount of respect that we built for each other. It was all about basketball. And I think that helped a great deal. The atmosphere was fantastic. And I think the Camden game, I was just speaking with Mr. Warren about that game, just a tremendous energy in the building. And it we fed into that and came out and scored the first 16 points of the game. And so we're up 16-0 against them, and then held on to win.
Yeah, I had read that you'd said that they'd made a run some point in the game, and you said if you had not had that lead, it could have been a different outcome.
They were a very good team. Yeah. When you get to that level, there were some very, very good teams there, and I think, but we hung together. We were a very good defensive ball club, and we played well enough to win. We were a great free throw shooting team, which I think helped at the end also.
Now you went on and had a three-letter career at Princeton University, played for the legendary Pete Carrill. And what was that experience like for you?
That was tremendous. Coach Carrill, I was recruited to play point guard the year that they did win the NIT. And to me, it was a tremendous opportunity, one, to go to a school of that academic caliber, and then to learn the game of basketball from a point guard like Coach Carrill. So I was really honored to go there and play. Played a lot against the press and just really enjoyed my time there. What I found is that basketball is very much led into my research. Research is not much different. You come to practice every day and you work on techniques, and you hope to apply that to some degree. And I think it's the same thing with basketball. And I think that's something that I would relay to these players, is that you come to work every day, you try to be the best player you can, the best teammate you can, and then good things happen after that.
Wow, that's great advice. Well, I want to thank you for your time here. If you have any of your teammates that would like to stop over, Woodbridge has trimmed the lead from 36 to 34, and there's a minute 38 left in the third period. We had Tim Ola from class of 75, the captain, come over with some great words. Three-pointer there from number 10 from Carteret. Tim, thank you very much. Best of luck to you, and congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's been an honor. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
The pace has certainly picked up. It's a one-basket game, and there's been a lot of give and go here. Carteret just scores another basket.
42 to 37. The intensity of the crowd has picked up, and we have another guest here. I'm trying to go by. Are you? There we go. I got him here. So we have Randy Edelman, who is joining us. My name is Kyle Anderson. I'm a councilman here in town. I'm joined with John Everhart, who is our former rec department director. Randy, we're just talking to your team captain, Tim Ola, about the season. First of all, tell us what it's like coming back to your old school.
It's a little bit like the state championship itself, surreal.
Oh, yeah.
Hard to believe it's been 40 years, and I know you've heard that more than once, but it is absolutely true. But when you see these guys hustling out here and cutting the lead and coming back, making a single-digit game, brings back a lot of real memories for us, and a lot of the juices start flowing. It's a tremendous feeling.
Outstanding. Now, where do you live now?
We're in a little town outside of Austin, Texas called Cedar Park.
Okay. All right. Well,
and it's a one-basket game at this point. You're right,
yes, sir.
Woodbridge has clawed its way back in.
42-39. I believe they were down by 12 at half. You guys went over and gave those players a handshake, and did you give them any motivation?
Well, we hopefully just the whole spirit that the school has created in this weekend has given the inspiration. We just simply said good luck and wear the uniform with pride as we did.
All right, well, Zaire Robinson just went up for a shot that looked like it was rejected, and he feeds Keyshawn Henry, and Woodbridge for the first time today takes the lead as the clock is winding down.
That's outstanding.
42.
That's just outstanding.
For the 40-year anniversary of class of 1975. Do you remember any game in particular where you guys didn't really have your stuff that day and you had to battle it out in the end?
I sure do. St. Joe's.
Okay.
At home. I had no idea. Look at that. That's 46-42.
46-42.
I had no idea. It was a Saturday afternoon game. Had no idea that we would all just be ice cold. I don't know what the score was at halftime, but it wasn't pretty. And we literally scratched and clawed. I think 3 of us fouled out trying to get back in the ball game. And if memory serves, I think Mark Dodonna was fouled. We were down a point. He hit a foul shot, and then I think another basket to pull our bacon out of the fire. But you just can't turn it up each and every time. But Joe Flaherty got absolutely 100% and more out of us every time. And I think in the long run enabled us to persevere through some moments like that. And other times where you're playing against 7 guys, 2 of them are wearing striped shirts.
Yeah. Wow. And to you mentioned your coach, and was your first playing experience with him as a sophomore or a junior?
Sophomore.
Sophomore year. You were tall. You were obviously one of the taller players on the team. Mm-hmm. Is that what attracted him to you right away, or were you a gifted basketball player, or was it something that you learned more under Coach Flaherty's tutelage?
Well, I certainly wasn't a talented or gifted player, but I did have the ability to shoot a jump shot. And given my height, I was able to shoot over a lot of high school players, and I think that's what Joe picked up. He gave me an opportunity as a sophomore. I came into a game, was very fortunate to hit a bunch of shots, and from that point on, I think he showed confidence in me, and it was a little bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy. Once I knew Joe believed in me, I believed in me, and the rest is, as they say, history from a high school standpoint. And actually from a lifelong standpoint. I told his 2 of his kids were here, or his 2 kids were here, and I told them I'm not quite able to communicate in words without getting choked up what he meant to me. But life's lessons, a great example, and a guy who I'll never forget and think of and quote often in my life.
Wow. That was Brandon Gilder on the 2-pointer to bring the score within 46-44. We have Zaire Robinson at the top of the point. He feeds it over to Keyshawn Henry. We're here with Randy Edelman, and Randy's telling us a little bit about his team. As we have, unfortunately, a turnover and a completion of a score to tie the score 46-46. Randy, what was your most memorable game in your time played? Winning the state championship, I'm sure, but you had some close games in there. Were there any games that stood out where you guys really had to go in and pull together at halftime?
I think from Joe's perspective, from Coach Flaherty's perspective, every game was like that, whether we were down a couple or up 30. We just had that attitude that
Gilder hits a 3, hits a 3, put it up 49-46, go on.
We just had that belief and that absolute certainty from Joe's standpoint that no game was secure until the buzzer sounded at the end, and we played it out like that, and it was one game at a time, all the time.
All right. And Randy, did you play any other sports while you were here?
I played baseball.
You played baseball. What does it mean to be a Baron itself? I was a Mustang. I went to Kennedy, but my son went to Woodbridge High School. He was a Baron.
My sister was a Mustang too, so it's okay. Well, having the rich tradition here was very special. My mom went here, my older brother went here, and there was just an expectation of excellence, mostly academically, frankly. You know, we were really fortunate to have a tremendous high caliber of teachers and administrators here that set a tremendous example for us. And I think back on the education I got here as a foundation in college and graduate school and all that, but it was really here at Woodbridge that you know, that set the measure for the rest of my life.
Wow. Well, Randy, the score is 51-46. I know we have a couple of your other teammates we'd like to talk to, but I do want to thank you, and congratulate you for coming back for your 40th anniversary of your state championship. It was a special event. My son, who's in college, actually came back because he wanted to see this. He played basketball himself, and he really wanted to learn a little bit what it was all about. Okay, and we're going to get Coach Shamil over here to maybe talk a little bit about Coach Flaherty. But thanks again.
Thank you.
And best of luck to you.
Really appreciate it, and good luck to you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, folks, at home, 51-46, Carteret. I apologize if our interview's gone a little bit longer. We haven't focused as much attention on the game. However, with the 40-year anniversary of the state championship and guys coming across country, I'd really like to, you know, give them their opportunity to speak about their experience here at Woodbridge. We have Zaire Robinson at the top of the key. And Woodbridge had the lead, but let it slip away. Let's see if they can get something going on here. The rebound was by Jamar Jordan. He swings the ball over to Brandon Gilder, who goes baseline. Rebound Tyler Smith. Quasim Glover pushes the ball up. And Tyler Smith into the paint. Okay. With 5 minutes, 10 seconds left to go, 51-46 lead for Carteret. We are joined here by
Rich Casimir.
Rich Casimir. Rich, welcome back to your school.
Thank you.
And we've been interviewing a couple of your teammates, and really just wanted to ask you a little bit about that season, that team, your overall experience in the community, what the buzz was like that season. Could you take us back to 1975 and tell us a little bit about that season and that team?
Oh, sure. It was. It just felt good right from the start. You know, we felt like we had a good nucleus from the year before, and it all just fell together. We got off to a good start. You know, we won the first few games, and I think the expectations got high right from the start. So, okay. but we felt like we were up to it, and we felt like we were going to have a good, solid season. And the Woodbridge fans were behind us the whole way, and it seemed like everywhere we went, people knew that, you know, we had a good team and we had something special going on.
It must have been nice to go into some of the convenience stores or going into some of the stores around town and have people ask you about the season and each game that was coming up.
It was fabulous to have that support. You know, you just knew that everybody was behind us in the town and in the area, and it was very supportive and just gave us a lot of confidence.
How's the school appear to you from your memory? Does it look a little the same or a little different? Or?
Yeah, some of both. You know, a lot of it looks the same. I'd say it looks more the same than different. A few different things, but it's almost like coming home, and it's kind of like going back in a time capsule a bit. So, yep.
Now you have the team, the varsity team right now is struggling with 3 minutes and 57 to find the basket. And we have a shot from Zanir Schuler to bring it within 51-50. You guys went over and shook hands with those players. Did you have any words for them at halftime?
I just told them to not give up and make sure they put out the effort and did everything to get to come back. You know, they weren't too far down, but I knew they could turn it up here.
Well, we're hoping that you guys' presence here is going to really be the difference maker for them. We could tell that they knew that this was a special day and a special event. Have you bumped into some of your friends that still live in town? Have you been able to connect with any of them?
Oh, yeah, there have been a number of people that showed up today that I didn't expect to see, and it was nice to see all the people come out and remember this. You know, it's a long time ago, but it's nice to have that memory.
Yeah. We have a loose ball on the court. Possession goes to Woodbridge. So we have a 51-50 lead with 2 minutes, 53 seconds left to go. I heard that you're a runner. You've run in several marathons.
I've run in marathons. I kind of stopped doing that, and I focus more now on cycling. I do a lot of bicycle racing.
Okay, now did you do that while you were here as a student? Were you also a runner or on any of the track teams?
I was on the track team until my senior year. I didn't do it then. I did the 2 mile, though.
Okay.
More of an endurance runner, yep.
Now, you have a couple of sophomores and Qasim Fuller, number 11, who just got called on a charge. He's a sophomore. Back then, you really didn't see freshman and sophomore playing on the varsity team. Were you a primarily senior-oriented team that year?
We were. All 5 starters were seniors, and yeah, we didn't have too many juniors on the team, I don't believe. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I think the senior leadership is always something you look for out there in a big game. Now, I don't know if you guys, did you play Carteret during the regular season?
Yes, we did.
Yeah. And were there any games that you look forward to, like any team in particular that you like to play or like to beat?
Well, we always had that rivalry with Perth Amboy, so we certainly looked forward to playing them and beating them, and we managed to beat them 2 out of 3 times that year.
There's a 5-point lead here. Woodbridge is going to probably have to get a timeout, get across half court. I'm thinking the coach is going to call a timeout. Yeah, here. Coach Giello is a 3rd-year coach here. He has brought the first winning season 2 years ago, first winning season that they had since 1989.
Wow.
And John Eberhardt and I were talking about the difference that a coach makes. What would you talk about the influence of Joe Flaherty and what he meant to your team?
He was unbelievable. He just kept us completely focused. We had confidence in what he was telling us was the right thing to do. We just had to execute it. And he kept us on that, along with our assistant coach, Harry Zims. They were just fabulous at keeping us focused on what we needed to do. And, if we were making mistakes during the game, he'd help us correct them. And if we made some mistakes during the game, during practice, we'd focus on those things. They were just fabulous.
Wow. Now, what was your specialty? Were you a shooter? Were you a ball handler or a defensive player?
I was more of a shooter.
Okay.
But I think most of us on the team could handle the ball pretty well, so we all helped out at that. And I think we were all pretty good defensively, so we all focused on making sure we were playing that 2-3 zone that we played that worked out so well.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for coming over and saying a few words. We got 1:35. Woodbridge is down 5 points. Let's see if we can get some of that 75 magic back here in this gymnasium.
I think they can come back yet.
Yeah, I think they have a shot. They've got a couple of 3-point shooters here. Number 3 in the corner, Zanir Schuler, is very athletic, but they're guarding him pretty tightly right now. Drives to the basket, gets fouled. 1:21, still down 5, but he'll go to the line for 2.
And these 2 are key.
You're going to need to get these 60s, John. Now, you and I talked about, we don't want to jinx them, but foul shooting has been an issue with this team this year. All right, got the first one, brings it within 2 baskets.
There's still plenty of time, 1:21.
We just had Charles Cole enter the game. He's a tall defender. He's also a great shot blocker. It was 1 for 2. Brandon Gilder from Carteret with the ball. Foul quick. Going to send him to the line. Oh, no. It'll be inbounded on the side.
Barron's fortunately only have 3 teams fouls, where Carteret has 8. to go, and remains a 2-basket game.
Whoops. Yeah, a little crossover there will get you. Henry's on the foul.
This is still doable.
Now we notice here that Coach Flaherty coached for 16 seasons. Oh, and there's the layup. 57, 51. Woodbridge's going to have to play smart towards the end here. All right. Yeah. Wasim Glover goes to the line for 2.
It's a way to walk back into the game.
Number did you wear while you were here?
Number 5.
Number 5. That was my son's basketball jersey number when he played here as well. When you look at the other numbers of, do you think of your team? Do you think of who wore that jersey? And
sometimes, yeah. Yeah, there's some numbers that stick out. Yep.
Did you guys, I read there you typically a one-on-one team, but you actually went into a 2-3 zone that year, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, we played a very effective zone. We were known for keeping our opponents under 40 points.
Wow. Glover attempts his first free throw. Doesn't go. .46 seconds left. Woodbridge has got to close the gap here. We really need this free throw. Goes short. They're going to put him on the line. Brandon Gilder. On the side, that will not be a shooting foul. I think they thought it was intentional. Still under the bonus. Foul on Robinson. That'll be the 7th foul.
7th team foul. We'll go to the line now.
Quan Robertson. One more would be a dagger, but with the three-point line, you're not out of it. Rich, the three-point line's been added since then. What do you think about it? What has it done to the game, as they say?
Well, it's definitely made it easier to come back, for one thing. Higher scoring helps the shooters. I think it's a good addition.
Yeah.
Would have liked to have had it.
At times, you know, if you're a shooter, obviously you love it. Some coaches that want to see players work the ball a little bit more feel that it's a challenge because you get the players standing on the line waiting for the ball.
All right, Schuler takes the first one.
It's a seven-point game. Robinson nearly gets the rebound, but Carteret pulls it away. It looks like they'll probably foul one more time. Brandon Gilder will go to the line. How did you get into town on Friday?
No, I live just in Flemington, so I'm only about 45 minutes away.
Oh, okay. That's Cole with the rebound. He feeds it to Robinson. He hurries it up court. He sees Glover in the corner. Gets the ball to Schuler. Schuler goes for 2. Woodbridge is down 5 with 7 seconds left to go. It's going to be a real challenge for them to get a second possession out of this. Now, living in Flemington, are you able to keep track of the Woodbridge teams and
a bit,
how they're doing?
Yeah, check them out in the news. Yeah.
And I'm thinking it's going to be Woodbridge inbound.
Yeah, Woodbridge inbounding. If Woodbridge isn't able to pull this out, that'll put their record to 9-6. And I believe Carteret is maybe
9-4.
9-4 right now. That'll put them to 10-4.
Yeah.
Yes. Carteret will go to 10-4. Woodbridge may slip down in the rankings. We don't know, but they're all playing for some division play right now. Our crosstown rivals, Colonia, have elevated to 12-2, and Woodbridge should qualify for the state playoffs, but they're going to, face some challenges. They don't have as much height. You guys had some height on your team.
Yeah, we had a pretty tall team.
Yeah.
That helped.
So the rebounding and the shot blocking was there for you, and then you guys had the shooters to complement.
Yes.
It was a quick foul. I guess they had to do a runoff there. Now, have you had any kids that have followed in your footsteps in basketball?
No, I have not.
That's Alan Thermidis at the line.
Shot does not fall. Robinson steps back for three. It does not go. Well, the game goes down as a loss, 59-54. But I would say, in all, it was a great event for all that were here. Though we didn't pull it out on the court, it was great to have everyone here from the class of 75 and to memorialize the season and the coaches that have passed on. Rich, do you have any final thoughts about your experience here at Woodbridge and this entire weekend?
Oh, it's just really nice to be remembered, and it brings back great memories of that season. It's I've got a scrapbook that I look through from time to time, but this just brings it much more clear to look to see everyone and think about that season and what it was like. And to have all the people here that were remembering it, it's really fabulous.
Yeah. Well, we thank you guys for coming back here and participating in this event. We're hopeful that this team can have some of the magic that you guys brought into this gymnasium today transcend into their second half of the season so that they can make a run at the counties or the states.
Yeah,
but thank you very much on behalf of John Eberhardt and myself. We really appreciate you guys being here. It's been a fantastic event.
Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Great game and great seeing all you guys from not so long ago.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.